gives us this fantastically rich environment to play with, and we drive the whole thing by using events. So we are what's called an event-centric model. Everything revolves around events that are in our data. Now, many of our data structures don't explicitly talk about events. So for instance, in an archaeological database, we'll have a record for a context, something that was excavated by an archaeologist. That archaeological context record will not have a field for excavated by, and it won't have a field for deposited by. It will have, where by means the event that did it. The event is implicit in the data structure. We know that somebody dug it up because there is a record for it in the database. We don't have an explicit event which says this is being dug up. And we don't have an explicit event saying this is being deposited by some social process in the past. So those events are hidden in the data. They're implicit in our data structures. And we get that a lot. For instance, if you look at a fine art database and we have a statue, there is no explicit representation of the event of the making of the statue. There might be a date associated with the statue, but that date isn't, the statue doesn't have a date, it's when the statue was made that has the date. There might be an artist. Well, the artist isn't in the statue, they're not part of it, they weren't welded into the inside of it as part of making it, they were the person that performed the act of creating it. So we have the making of the statue at a particular date by a particular person, but we don't have a record for that event itself. It's implicit in the data structure that we know that the statue exists, so it was made, so there was a making event. And we attach these other pieces of information to the statue rather than to the event, which was the making of the statue. We disguise that event. So what we do is we bring those events out of the underlying data structures and make them explicit, because that gives us the power to hook other data from other data streams into that event. So it provides us with the hooks that allow us to do integration.